Hello, welcome to Gijis Channel. This is Gigi. Today I'm going to give you some tips before you visit Kerala. Kerala is one of the best places to visit, and it is also known as God's own country. So let's start. So the best time to visit Kerala is from September to March. Kerala has got a tropical weather, and we don't want to visit during the monsoon time because most of the time you'll be wasting because of too much rain, and you may not be able to see or cover many places that you want to. So the best time to visit is from September to March. Always carry hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, lotion, and footwear that are appropriate to both the climate and activities you have planned. There is no limit to the amount of foreign currency that you can take it to India, Kerala, but try to limit the gold and the precious jewelry because we don't want to take much risk, and plus we don't know what are the government regulations, so it's better to limit those things. Carry enough water with you, and water is available in most of the shops in Kerala, and you yourself always want to keep hydrated. So some days it can be very hot, the temperature can go up to upper 30s and close to 40s, so you don't want to be dehydrated. So main hotels, restaurants, and all the shopping centers, they take the major credit cards, and so the banks are also open from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. on weekdays, but during the second Saturdays and they are off. So it's better to carry some cash also, but if you are in need of urgent money, you can always get it from ATM. There are so many ATMs available in Kerala. In beaches, always listen to the lifeguard and tourist police. The waves can be good for bathing and surfing, but there may be rocks underneath and they could hide a current or sudden depression. And try to get a smartphone and try to download a good app, because most of the information you can get it through that app. So try to get a good smartphone and download some good apps, and that's much easy for you. Kerala's food is medium spicy, and some other places it is really spicy, so you can ask them, you can always give them and check with your resort or chef or waiter about the spices and what are the ingredients, because some of things, if you are not used to eat the spicy food, that can put you in trouble, and you can waste many of the days that you are taking the vacation because you don't want to be in trouble for that. You can book the taxis directly from the airport at a reasonable rates, and they also take the you can also do the prepaid taxi cabs, and you can also rent the vehicles and other vehicles including the bicycle, and always, if you want it, you can always drive by yourself, but remember to take your international driving license, and you can drive your own vehicle, and make sure you have if you plan to drive any motorcycles, you have that permit also. Remember to do that. So as I said before, if you want to drive there, carry the international driving license. You can get the Ayurvedic treatments, Kerala is a authentic place where you can get the Ayurvedic treatments. So however, please make sure to go to the Ayurvedic centers that is approved by the Kerala tourism department, because there are so many scams and so many places where they advertise the massage and all kind of things, but they are not the correct licensed one. So please make sure go to the government site and get the right ones. The buses or trains are almost the cheapest mode of transport. However, if you want to get the timing and those kind of things, you can get some apps. You can download some apps which you can also get those kind of things from the government websites and things from there. And the reservation facilities are also available in train. The emergency number, 100 is the emergency number to call to the nearest police station, and 101 is the emergency number for the fire station. So remember, 100 is a emergency number and 101 is a fire station number. Smoking is banned in the public place by the Kerala court order, and if you smoke in public, you can be prosecuted for that. So please make sure don't smoke in public places. So ticket to most sightseeing places are booked on first come first served basis, and there are separate queues for the foreigners in most sighting attractions in Kerala. So so if you are a foreigner and if you want to visit those places, they always have a separate queue or separate line, so you don't have to stand the big line. So Kerala is a well known for law and order, but when you travel in the night time, please use caution, because some of the remote areas can be dangerous too. So try to avoid traveling during the night time. Another thing, some of the temples, they do not give the permit to the non-Hindus, and strict dress codes are also followed in most of the temples. So footwear is banned inside the temple premises. So these are some of the things that you need to be careful, or these are some of the tips that I give. But I am going to give more tips. That is very good if you are visiting Kerala, but at the same time, if you are visiting any other place, these are some of the general tips I want to give you. Like, before you visit any other place, or including Kerala, try to learn 10 basic Malayalam words. If it's in Kerala, try to learn some of the basic words like thank you, how to say in Malayalam. I have taken a video lessons, so if you want to refer some previous video lessons, you can get I have given almost 40 to 50 words that you can practice, and that may be helpful in Kerala. So try to learn some few common words, at least 10 basic words when you visit Kerala or even any other place. Always put a smile on your face, because we don't want to be that serious, and if you want to get some favor or something, the smile is always helpful. So always put a smile on your face. Carry a notepad and a pen. So the reason behind why I'm saying is that because sometimes when you try to communicate to the people locally, because they may not be able to understand your accent. Suppose if you are from US or maybe from Europe, and if you travel to the remote areas, they may not have any idea what you are talking about. So, but many of the people, they are literate. In fact, Kerala is one of the state in India where it is achieved 100% literacy rate. So in Kerala, most of the people, they can at least read and write English. But since English is not a common spoken language, the people, they are not used to hear the foreign accent. So if you have a notepad or pen or something like that, so at least you can try to communicate by writing something, and use a translator app. There are many apps available, especially the Google is giving a translation. So if you want to learn something, if you want to translate something, you can put those in the the Google Translate, and you can try to translate. Then you can try to communicate with the people also. Carry a paper map in the local language and the English. So this is applicable to if you are visiting any other countries or even Kerala. So try to carry a map. The reason behind I'm saying because of the local language reason, because if you want to communicate, or if you want to show somebody, could you please look at the map, and if I want to go, some example, if I want to go to Munnar, and if you say they will be most of the things if some people, if they have hard time to read English, at least if it's in the local language Malayalam, it's easy for them to show you or explain more about or describe more about it. So it's better to carry a paper map in the local language and in English. Use your smartphone camera to record your route, because some of the places when you leave from the hotel in the morning and if you want to come back in the evening, and if the taxi driver or someone who is giving you a ride, if they don't have any idea, at least you have some kind of pictures that you have taken on the camera and you can show them. So that's going to be a lifesaver for you. And take debit card and 2 credit card, because because some of the debit cards and the origin of the country, they are going to charge some money for each transaction, and sometimes if it is not working, at least you can use a credit card. So try to carry at least 1 debit card and 1 or 2 credit cards, so in case one fail, and if you can use the other ones, right? Carry a small amount of cash also with you, because if you want to use them, if you want to tip them, or if you want to do some other things, you can always use that cash for you. So when you get into the country, when you get into Kerala or any other country, buy a local SIM card upon arrival. The reason behind, if you have a international phone, for per minute they may be charging a big high killing rate, and if you buy a local SIM card, then you can make some calls, the local calls inside the state or inside the country. It's going to be much cheaper. And dress appropriately. Always when you go to some other countries, what kind of culture. If you don't know much about the culture, and if you are dressing inappropriately, that may bring unnecessary risk and unnecessary danger to you. So dress appropriately. Walk with confidence and act like what you are doing. Very important. So the confidence is one of the important thing, and you should walk as if where I'm going or what I'm doing. Don't walk as if you don't have any idea what I'm going to do, or I don't know much about it. So walk with confidence. Avoid political arguments, politics and political arguments and religious arguments, those kind of things, which I don't have to tell you. Those can invite unnecessary problems and potential problems. So it is better to avoid the politics and political arguments. Bring a charger adapter, because some of the adapter you may have it, or you may have a phone charger. Suppose when I go from US to India, so I live in US right now, so when I go for a vacation, I may have a phone, that phone, it's not going to work because the electricity, volt is different. Here is 110 volt, and in India it's 220. So if I want to work my phone, so that may not work. So it's always carry adapter, but at the same time, if you want it, some of the stores you can get it. Nowadays the things are very easy, but to avoid these kind of issues, it's better to carry a charger adapter. Look up the monetary conversion before you go, because if you are visiting Kerala, or if you are visiting India or any other place, it's a good idea to check the conversion of the money, because how much is going to be, because so that in that way what you're doing, because you don't want to give unnecessary money to many people, because that you can waste a lot of money. So it's better to check the conversion rate before you visit the other country. And register with your embassy. That's a good idea, because before you go to any other country, or even India or Kerala, it's a good idea to register with your embassy, because at least if anything happened to you, the government knows, or your origin country, at least they can investigate or they can do something. So register with your embassy before you visit any other country. Always travel with copies of important documents, because that's a very important thing. In case if you lose something, at least you have some copy, because if you lose the passport, or if you lose the important documents, and if you don't have any other copy, there is no way to go from, like, to escape from that country. So it's better to have a copy of the travel documents and other things. So hopefully this video helps. And always, if you not subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and please like and share with your friends. And I am planning to make more lessons for this topic. Thank you. Bye.